The other thing I wanted to recap was the editing points for articles. For example, we don't want titles that are too long. Okay, like I said before, this is a title that's just way too long because this is going to end up on the end of this, and I don't want to go in and manually approve. This is one about a bunch of local. That would be a reason I would also reject this article. Since I haven't gone through these articles, I might as well hit the stars since I'm not going to use that one. Another thing is all the letters in the titles aren't capped. There should, not all the letters, but rather the first letter of each word in the title, especially for main words, should be capped. So I would disapprove this one. Let me collapse that one. Another thing would be if I saw misspelled words in an article, that's obvious. If I see really, really poor English. Now, another one is articles that aren't relevant to the content of the site. This one, there's nothing. Okay, this site here, buyandsellcarsecrets.com, it has nothing to do with all-terrain vehicles, ATVs, so I would reject that article. And of course, like I said, misspell words, poor English, things like that. Now, also, when you, in the email I'll send you, there will be a list. So let's say if I went back and I was starting to publish articles, then I would take my little list, and I might do it in Notepad. I use this thing called Smultron because I'm on a Macintosh, but it doesn't matter, a text editor or whatever. And I've got my list there, or you could write it down, or you could print out this list of websites here. But as I go through that day and I'm publishing articles, I might put something like that next to it, because again, we only want to publish one article per day. So then the next site, let's say I went and found an article that I just published for cheapwebhostingreports.com. I put a little something or other there, and in this case I did an equal sign. So anyway, you get the point. The other thing I'd like you to do is when you publish an article, I would like you to copy the name of the site and paste it into an email, and then also copy the title. Now there will come a time when you don't need to do that, but for now I'd like you to do that so I can see the articles so I'll know that what articles you're publishing. Okay, so, and if you accidentally publish more than one article that day for a site, although you probably won't do that if you're checking them off the list like this, but let's say you accidentally do, well, it's not the end of the world if you publish 2 articles, okay? And again, if you reject an article, you don't do this, you don't reject it here, okay? You just reject it by putting a star next to it. Don't take the time to reject and explain why you're rejecting. And so that's it. That's all. Wow, that's a lot.